to Where I Long to Be, a magical trip report podcast. My name is Virginia, and I am your host. On today's show, I am welcoming back Kate, who you may remember from her March 2025 trip report, where she and her family did a resort-only golf vacation at Disney. I love having repeat guests and getting to know people over the years, so I was thrilled to have the chance to talk with Kate again. If you are interested in being a Trip Report guest, please go to my website, which is whereilongtobepodcast.com, and use the Be Our Guest button. I am currently looking for guests traveling in December and beyond. And with that, let's get to today's guests. Welcome, Kate and Jess. Welcome back to the podcast, Kate.
Thank you so much, Virginia. I'm so excited to be here again.
And you brought a special guest with you today. Who do you have with you?
My sister. I'm a very special guest. It's someone who's never been to Walt Disney World, so I'm very, very excited to take her.
So exciting. Jessica, why don't you tell our podcast listeners a little bit about yourself?
Okay. My name is Jessica, and I'm Kate's sister. And it's true that I've never been to Walt Disney World. I am a stay-at-home mom currently with 2 young kids, and I'm very excited for them to have the experience of Disney with their Aunt Kate and their cousins. And I enjoy walks in the forest. I really enjoy farming as well. So I love growing food and cooking that food into deliciousness.
And are you located near Kate at all, geographically?
Yes, we are in the same city.
Okay. And Kate, for listeners who maybe didn't hear your first episode on the show, just a quick refresher of who you are and what you love about Disney.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am a nurse. I work in St. Thomas here, but I have what I like to call my magical job, which is planning vacations, including Disney, of course. And yeah, I think that was it. Was there anything else?
Trying to recall things about your last trip so that listeners who did listen can refresh their memory. You're the golfing family.
Yes, we are the golfing family. So not me personally golfing, but we did a March break trip to Walt Disney World where we did not do any parks. So we had 7 nights and we just did everything else that we could, which included golfing at all of the golf courses, fishing excursions, and of course, tons of dining.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is going to be a huge group of people on this trip because you're combining families. So before we get into who all these people are, how did this trip come about?
Yes. So actually, September of 2024, I was going to take my mom for the first time with my 2 youngest kids. Me and the 2 youngest kids were going early because I wanted to do exploring of a couple of resorts for the magical job. And then the day my mom was supposed to come, there was a hurricane. So, and she's already a bit of a nervous flyer. So flying during a hurricane was a no-go for her. So because she couldn't come and her tickets, of course, are still good, right? If you haven't activated them, I guilt tripped her into using her bounce back to book this one for us. So she did it. And then I talked Jessica into coming because Canadian resident tickets were on sale last year as well. So I convinced her that way too.
Quite literally a guilt trip.
Yes.
I call it like I see it. Okay.
That is going to be the name for it for sure.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to work its way into the title very quickly. Okay. People are going to be like, what is it with Kate? Because the title I gave your first one was that you were teed off in Disney because it was all golfing. Yep. I remember naming that episode and being like, I hope she takes this in the spirit in which it's intended.
100%.
So who are going to be on this trip from your family, Kate?
Yeah. So from my family I have 3 kids, so they're all coming. And then my oldest is bringing the friend that came with us in March break. So he had that little taste of Disney, but he didn't do the park. So he's like so excited to come. And then also I mentioned my mom, and then Jess can introduce her family.
Yeah. So it'll be myself, my husband, and our 2 kids. Who are, one's just under 2 and the other is just about 4.
Okay. Are we able to have their names?
Yeah, Lili and Louie.
And Lili is 2?
She's the older one.
Yeah, she's going to have her birthday there pretty much. Like her birthday is a couple of days after we leave. So she's 100% wearing that button everywhere and we're doing shirts.
Oh, oh, that's amazing. And what is your husband's name? Just
Graydon.
Kate, your kids, have any of them had a birthday since the last time we spoke?
Let me think now. We spoke in March. So Van turned 16.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so he's driving
How
now.
does that Oh, that was going to be my next question is how old do you have to be to drive in Canada? Okay.
Yeah.
So did
Mhm.
he have to do like a learner's permit like we do here in the US?
Yes, that's what he's got right now. Yeah, so he has to drive
Oh,
with
okay.
someone who has their full license. Yeah.
Okay. So when does he get to get his full license?
Yeah, so we in Canada here, because he's done driver's ed, he can write it at
Mhm.
8 months after he got his learners. So we just did the math,
Got
and that
it.
will be January. Mhm.
Okay. All right. And Will is still 13 and Jovi turned
Yep,
8, you said. Okay.
turned 8 in April. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, in back in my day, you had your learner permit at 15, and then as soon as you turned 16,
Oh,
as long as you had done that, you got it like on your 16th birthday. So everybody was heading down to the
ah,
DMV on their 16th birthday. But I've since
yeah.
learned that has changed. And raising my kid in New York City, I'm like, how does this work here? How do I get him driver's ed? I see student drivers around the neighborhood. Do I
Mhm.
really want him to be a student driver here in the city? I don't know. I don't know. We
I
will
don't
see.
know.
We'll
That's wild.
got a
Mhm.
little bit. He just turned 15, so I've got a year to get this figured out because they can't do anything till they're 16, just like what you said. All
Right.
right.
Yeah.
So by my math, this is 11 people.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
a lot.
including the baby. Lily's or Louis, the guest of Mickey.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Mhm, mhm.
He still counts as a person.
He does.
That's
He
still
does
a
for
lot of
dining, right?
people
He's still a
to tote around. Um, Jessica, are you bringing a stroller? And if so, are you going to go double?
Yes, I actually, since having kids, and I'm a little bit older to have kids, I guess I would say, but that's worked in my favor because people around me, especially my sister, have given lots of hand-me-downs, and
Hmm.
a stroller is one of the ones we had. However, it was only a single, so I did do some Facebook Marketplace shopping earlier in the summer, which is also
Hmm.
unlike me because I'm usually a last-minute person. But I was thinking about Disney, and I bought a double stroller, and we've
Hmm.
been testing it out at the market and the soccer field this summer, also at the farm and down the forest paths. And it's fabulous. I'm so happy that we have this double stroller. And actually, one of the things that I looked up when I was researching the stroller, I was just looking up the stroller itself, but one thing that popped up on the search was that it's Disney friendly. So I was like,
Oh, good. Okay.
great, that's perfect. So all the specs will be right for the park. So it's one in front of the other one, not the side by side.
Tandem.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay. All
yeah.
right. Yeah, that's a good point for listeners who are planning a trip and maybe have never used a stroller in a Disney park before. You have to make sure it's going to work first because there are certain strollers that are too big and you're only allowed to use a wagon type stroller if your child needs it to use sort of in lieu of a wheelchair. So
Mhm.
it has to be specially approved. So always double check on that. I don't think about that anymore since I have a 15-year-old, but it is an important thing to be thinking about as you plan a trip with littles. All right. Where are you staying for this trip?
Yeah, so we're staying at Old Key West.
Have you stayed there before, Kate?
No, I haven't.
Okay. All right. Are you going to be in a space that's big enough for all 11 of you?
Yes, we are. Yeah, three-bedroom villa.
Ooh, okay. All right. That will
Mhm.
be nice. You'll have access to your washer and dryer.
Dryer,
Be
yes. And
amazing.
I've heard that Old Key West is some of the biggest suite or villas, I guess
Hmm.
you'd say, like some of the biggest area square footage, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's the original Disney Vacation Club property.
Mm.
So it's quite big. I've said this before on previous episodes when people have told me that they're staying there because I've stayed there once and I'll be honest, it was not my favorite. And part of that was
Mhm.
just like, everybody has their preferences in terms of theming and stuff. And it just didn't feel like a theme I was into. But
Mm.
also there's not a whole lot of charging, like USB charging outlets. So that is my big,
Yes.
heads up. Make sure you bring your own little thing that you can plug in that has multiple USB ports, because with that many
Yeah.
people, and especially with that many kids who might have their own phone or an iPad or something like that, you are going to want places to charge those. That being said, the studio that we stayed in for our family was the biggest studio I've ever stayed in
Mm-hmm.
DVC. So it's the rooms
Yeah.
are huge. So
That's awesome. Okay, so I think it makes sense for us this time with the group we have. And I heard
yeah.
your tip about that. So I have been sort of putting chargers or plugins as I see them. But it'll be important for
hmm
Jesse's husband, Graydon, because he's going to always have lots of equipment with him.
Really? Well, why will Graydon have lots of equipment? Is he going to be trying to work on this vacation?
Yes, yes. Which is not a surprise to anybody. We have traveled before together. We actually went to Australia. Oh gosh, I guess a year and a half ago, two years now.
2023.
Yes, and even if we go to the cottage, sometimes even if we just go to my parents' house for dinner, Graydon usually has his laptop in front of him because he's working. He's an entrepreneur. He works for himself, and he has a media company, and he does videography, photography for businesses in the community, organizations, and so yes, he's always working. So yes, he will be working, and he will also be taking the opportunity to make it a work trip, more or less. So he's going to take a lot of great photos of Disney, and we're excited for that too. So.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question is, are you going to be taking any photos or video footage for Kate and her magical business?
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
Will he be taking a laptop into the parks with him?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would say no, but maybe there's one day as we were talking, he's going to go by himself, so I wouldn't rule it out.
Okay. All right. I have seen people with their laptops in the park, and there are worse places to work remotely.
Absolutely.
All right. What kind of tickets does everyone in the group have? Did you all get the same sort of ticket, or is there variety going on?
Oh yeah, it's a huge variety. So I actually this week it probably took me close to an hour. Amazing cast member I got when I called in, but I had to kind of organize everyone's tickets because my mom's were the old tickets, right? So we had to get them
Right.
changed to this new date. I get travel agent tickets. Two of my the youngest two had the Canadian resident tickets, just as Jessica, Lily, and Graydon have. But I had originally thought we were going a week later. So I had to get those dates changed. And then I had to buy tickets for my husband, my oldest, and Cohen, because originally they weren't going to come. They were kind of, just not that into it, supposedly. And then it all changed on March break.
Then they got FOMO and
Yeah.
they're like, I need to
Yeah.
come too. Okay. Yeah, that's a lot of coordination. And this is a prime example of a trip. I mean, any trip, a travel planner who specializes in Disney would be useful, but a trip like this with multiple families is when it especially would be helpful, because if someone is using a travel agent, they do all that for you. So you don't have to worry about it.
Jessica will
So
leave me a 5-star Google review, I think.
I'd leave 10 if I could.
all right. What are the dates of this trip?
August 16th until the 24th.
Okay. Now, you live in the same place. Are you all going to be on the exact same flight, or are you driving?
Yeah, so we'll all be on the same flight out of Buffalo, but we are going to drive separate and leave at likely different times next Friday/Saturday morning.
Do you normally fly out of Buffalo?
That's where I've taken all of my flights this year. And it just seems to be that every time JetBlue, the price of leaving from Buffalo is so much better than going from Toronto, and even better than going from Detroit. So it is our furthest airport. Like it's 2 hours and a bit versus an hour and a half-ish. But man, that airport is slick too. Like it's small and it's efficient. So
Uh-huh.
It's worth the drive and the price is right.
Have you ever done that, Jessica? Driven to Buffalo to fly?
Not to Buffalo, no. I have done Detroit, but not Buffalo.
How does that work with having to cross the border? Is that like what kind of steps do you have to take to get into the U.S. to then make your way over to the airport?
So we just have to present our passports at the border.
Mm-hmm.
So it usually is really, really quick and easy, answer a couple of questions.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing I will think about this time will be because of our driving being a little bit different. Like we'll have my son's friend. So there is a
Mm-hmm.
form that we can get completed by his parents saying that we are allowed to take
That
him. So
right, that you're
yeah,
not kidnapping him.
exactly. So that's kind of the only thing we have to think about.
I took Alex once to Costa Rica and Charles had to work and I convinced my aunt, let's go on an international trip together. And I remember just because I was only one parent going with him, having to get something that indicated that the other parent was aware and that I wasn't just like skipping the country. So another thing to think about for families, if you have that kind of situation, make sure you have all of your I's dotted and your T's crossed because you do not want to get held up en route because of something silly like that. So,
Exactly. Yeah, you might not need it. They might not ask for it, but just in
yeah.
case, of course. Yeah.
What time is this flight happening?
8:03, 8 a.m. basically. Yeah. I forget if it's
A.m. Okay.
8:03 or 8:15.
So, what time are you leaving home?
Yeah. So, do you want to talk Jess first? Because you're going to be leaving the earliest. I have to work on Friday till 4:30 p.m. So Jess and her family are likely going to head down a bit earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to head down. We often have grand plans of leaving first thing in the morning, and sometimes that ends up being around noon. So we'll see. We have a moving target, but we are planning to stay at a hotel, which we haven't booked yet. We'll stay there Friday night, and that will make it easier for the kids because, as Kate said, it is 2.5 hours. So we would be getting them up in the middle of the night
Right.
if we had to leave without doing that. So we'll leave, sometime in the morning. There's an art gallery in Buffalo that Graydon wants to check out. He's an artist as well, on top of all of his other work. And so if we can make it down for that, then that's something that he would like to do.
Did he do the art that's behind you?
He did, yes. Those two small ones. Yep.
Yeah, I can't see them clearly, but they look good from here.
Yeah.
They're very small, and I'm not wearing my glasses.
They look great. Trust me. Yeah.
I'm sure they do. Kate, what time are you leaving? Are you going to go down the evening before?
Yeah, so we're actually going to need 3 cars there because Graydon is going to have to come back a little bit earlier than us because he actually will have to work somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But so I think Mark is going to take the boys, so Van Cohen and Will, and they'll head down probably like 3 p.m. ish. And then
Mm-hmm.
my mom and I and Jovi will head down like 3 a.m. Saturday morning. So we won't bother
Oh,
with the
wow.
hotel for my mom and me and Joe.
Okay. Has Jovi had to get up that early before?
She has.
Okay.
Yes, she has. So I think
That's
she'll be
really
okay
early.
sleeping in the car and stuff. I know. I mean, maybe she'll if she wants to go with the boys, she could.
Yeah.
So we'll let her pick.
She might be so excited she won't be able to sleep in the car.
It's true. She's very excited.
Yeah, I hope that she does go to sleep if she stays on this plan with you and your mom. Okay, an 8 a.m. flight. What time does that land in Orlando? Because I think it's probably a slightly longer flight than I take from here in New York, but not by much.
Yeah, leaving or landing by 11. So I'm pretty sure it's 8:30 a.m. and we land by 11:30. But actually, I find JetBlue is usually running early the last couple of times I've gone. So yeah, I will be there for sure by 11:30 unless there's anything, hopefully not,
Okay.
any delays.
Are you going to be renting any cars once you get down there?
No, so we're still trying to decide. I'm leaning towards us doing mirrors, just because there's car seats for Jess, and I've priced out a couple of the shuttle vans for us for a pickup. But it always seems like with the math I've been doing, mirrors is coming out on top.
Mirrors the private transfer?
No,
or
the
the bus? The
$16 per
bus.
person. Yeah, the bus.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's a really good economical option for people.
Yeah.
As long as you're not in any rush to get there, because sometimes it's really fast and sometimes you stop at 3 other resorts before you go to yours.
Yeah, that was the only thing that was kind of holding me back a little bit. And the other thing I wondered, and maybe you'd know, from Terminal C,
Hmm.
is it like we have to
It's
backtrack to
easy.
get to? Oh, it's easy.
No,
Oh,
no,
good.
no, no,
Okay.
no. There's a Mears pickup at Terminal C as well.
Oh, perfect. Okay. That was my
Yeah.
only, I had to look into that a little bit more. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. I've done it once and I can't remember where it picks up from. So you'll need to do a little bit of Googling. But it's, yeah, you don't have to make your way back over to Terminal A and B. Thank goodness, because
No doubt.
it is a hike through a parking garage and it is not fun, especially in the heat
Okay.
because the
That's
parking
awesome.
garage obviously is outside.
Right.
Um, anyway, just have you been to Orlando before for anything else?
No, I haven't.
Okay. First timer. Okay. Have you been anywhere quite as hot or humid as you imagine Orlando will be at this time of year?
I don't think so.
Has Kate given you all the tips for staying cool in this kind of heat?
Yes, and I've gotten tips from other people that I've been talking to as well. So I do
Mm-hmm.
have some fans for the stroller for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else recommended that I get these cooling cloths that you can just
Yep.
dip in cold water, put around your
Mm-hmm.
neck. I haven't really looked into that much further, but yeah,
Yeah, they you can get them on Amazon, like a big pack of like 6 of them. I can send you all the link of the ones that I've used in the past.
sure.
They're really affordable and they work really well. I've had some that I don't know what they're made out of, but they're like thicker and they work well, but when they dry completely stiff. So it's like this towel that like now is like a giant cracker or something. And the ones that I got are made out of cloth and they're great because you can wrap them around your neck, like you said, or you can just like put them around your forehead, however you want to do it. And it really does help as long as you don't mind
Hmm.
um, a wet back of your shirt because that will happen. But you'll
Yeah.
you'll feel so grateful for the coolness. I don't think you'll care. Um, okay, so Amir's bus over to Old Key West. Once you are there, do you have any plans for this day, or are you just going to be enjoying the
Hmm.
resort?
No, we are going to do, well, we'll leave it up to how people are feeling, but I know I'm going to be going to the water park. And I'm sure my
Oh
older ones
yes.
definitely will be able to. Yeah. So we're
Mm-hmm.
going to do Typhoon Lagoon. And because I don't know if our room will be ready yet, anyways, right? So when I'm packing,
Right.
everybody is to pack so their suits are handy, whatever they want for the water park's handy, and
Mm-hmm.
we will do that.
I think that using the water park day, particularly because it's free, is a great
Hmm.
idea. But I will tell you that the myself and the other people that I've spoken to in the recent past who have stayed at Old Key West, their rooms have been ready early. So
Hmm.
it may surprise you. Maybe you'll
Oh,
get there
okay.
and your room will be ready so you could at least get your
Yeah.
stuff in there and get settled. Okay, so
Yeah.
Typhoon Lagoon. Just is your family going to do it too?
Yes, that's the plan.
Okay.
And with the little ones, I'm looking at the map, and there's a Tykes Peak.
Hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be looking at hanging out there.
I mean, both of the parks are great for little kids, but I especially like that little Ketchity Creek. And I just can't even wait to take Lily on that
Hmm.
super little tiny tube waterfall, or not waterfall, water slide.
I thought that because everybody will definitely be tired, it's a travel day. You can sleep on a lounge chair. We'll just set
Hmm.
up an area near the area you were saying there, Jess, the little kid place, because there's tons of little things for them to toddle through. There's the most adorable tiny tubes for their little bums, like to get Lily to go down
Right.
that slide. So I hope Jovi's even small enough though to go with her, because there's a height restriction for being too tall.
Has Lily ever been to a water park before?
She has, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So this will be something that when she sees what she's going to, she will know what she's in for and all the fun she's about to have. Okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So water park day. And then what is the plan for Sunday, August 17th?
So first park day, Animal Kingdom.
Are you going to rope drop? Because it opens the earliest.
I gave them the morning, and I was doing the math. We're not going to buy a single line, like a single rider lightning lane for Flight of Passage.
hmm
So I really think we have to get there like 7. So leave our place at 6.
Oh, my word. Okay. Leave your place at 6.
I think so, to be close to the front of the line.
So, okay. What time does the park open at 8?
7:30. Well, sorry.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, early entry is 7:30.
early entries at 7:30 for a normal 8 entrance. Yeah. I don't think you have to leave at 6.
Mm-mm.
No.
Aim for
It's not going to
6.
take you an hour. I mean, I would say get there by 7.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I don't think it's not going to take you an hour to get from Old Key West to Animal Kingdom.
No.
Yeah, and I also wonder what time does the bus start running?
True. Yeah, yeah. And you wouldn't think there's crowds of people at the bus for Animal Kingdom that early, just because we need a lot of seats, right? But
Right.
yeah.
Right. No, I don't think you need to leave at 6.
Okay.
I think you'll be okay.
We'll kind of
And even
aimish for 6. And then 6:30 might be when we're actually exiting our room.
sure. Okay. But I think even if you got there past that, I mean, it's early entry. Even if there is a little bit of a wait, there's a difference to me than showing up there and being the very first people in line versus we waited 30 minutes, which during the
Mhm,
normal park day,
mhm.
the wait could be an hour and a half. So 30 minutes is not bad.
True.
So I think you'll be fine either way. So in other words, don't stress if you're trying to get out the door by 6 and it's not happening. I
Yeah.
think you'll still be okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of people to wrangle.
It really is. Speaking of a lot of people to wrangle, it's nearly impossible to take a group of this size and all stay together the entire time. So, do you have a plan at all in terms of heading into each park day of we're just going to split off and do things that we want to do and then come back together for certain touch points during the day? Or are you going to attempt to kind of stay all together and then as it seems like it's needed, break off?
I think that the second part you said there. So we're going to
Okay.
try to do the rides that we can all do together for the most part in the morning, with some separation, of
Okay.
course, for things we want to rope drop.
hmm
But Jess is planning that the kids will need a midday break. So they'll probably be going back for a bit of a nap. And I think my mom is going to take up on the rest there too. And
hmm
then planning to then get back together, all of us in the evenings.
Okay. Will mom be willing to do things like Flight of Passage and more adventurous rides?
So this is funny, Jess. She said to me that she really likes roller coasters. Like she loves roller coasters.
Right.
Yeah. So the only thing is she had a concussion in the winter there. So she still has to be mindful of that. So I
Okay.
think like Flight of Passage would be totally fine.
Okay.
I think it's more like Guardians or anything that's going to have a bit of a jarring movement for her that she has to be a little more aware of.
Got it. Right. Expedition Everest,
Yeah.
for example.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, have you explained rider swap? I was about to say child swap. It's rider swap to Jess.
Mhm.
Child swap makes it sound like you're like, I'm tired of this one. I'd like another, please.
Yes. And so what we were trying to figure out is who's staying off and that kind of
hmm
thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think we've concluded that for the first park day anyways, what we'll do.
hmm
Yeah, what a
Okay.
cool feature to be able to do that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And something that I think is a little kind of challenging to wrap your head around until you just do it once you do it, you will be like, oh, okay, I understand how the system works. And because there's usually with a group like this somebody who can ride a second time,
Hmm.
who can, so when the person who's off waiting with the kids goes on, they can bring another person with them, so you get to decide like who really gets the opportunity to ride it a second time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
um Are you going to do multi-pass
Yes,
for
so
the
I
trip?
I did. I did all the lightning lanes this morning. I was just going to open that up now
Ooh,
on my computer.
cool.
So the thing I had to remember this morning too is that Lily is 38 inches. So I was so happy Jess told me she's 38. So she's actually big enough for like Cali River Rapids, and like it puts you on Slinky Dog. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I had to not purchase her like a couple, right? So
Mm-hmm.
her reservations are a wee bit different than ours for some of them.
Okay. Is she exactly 38 inches, Jess?
Yes. Is that
Okay. No, it should be fine, but I have heard on certain rides where the height requirement is a certain amount of inches that sometimes like the measuring that they do
Mhm.
can be like slightly different. So there might be one that says 38 inches that when you walk up to that ride, it'll be kind of like, will she, won't she? We're not
Mm,
sure until
okay?
you get up there.
mhm,
So when you're that close to the
mhm,
height requirement, it's just be prepared
Sure.
just in
mhm.
case.
Sure.
Okay, so what are the pre-selected lightning lanes for
Mhm.
this day?
So for this day, we've got Navi River Journey,
Mm-hmm.
Cali River Rapids, because Lily should be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And what is our third one here? Sorry, Safari, Navi
Yeah.
River. Yep, Cali River.
Okay. All right. Anything else on this day that you're especially looking forward to showing Jess for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, like everything. I just can't wait for her to see the first Disney park. The coffee flight at Satuli Canteen. I'm excited for
Mm-hmm.
that. It's
Okay.
Disney. I just can't wait.
um, Jessica, what have you seen about Animal Kingdom? Have you done any research, or are you letting this sort of be a surprise for you?
A little bit of both. I think it will be a big surprise, because I have the sense that the experience of it is going to overwhelm any kind of research I could even possibly do. But Lily and I have both been looking at the pamphlets that Kate gave us
Mm-hmm.
recently, and Lily's noticing all of her little characters that she recognizes, and
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, we're getting excited that way. Again, I haven't looked much into, like, I haven't watched any videos and that kind of thing. I
Mm-hmm.
have seen some pictures,
Mm-hmm.
but it feels like it's going to be big, and it also feels accessible in a lot of ways, which is a great
Mm-hmm.
balance, I think, because it could be
Mhm,
this overwhelming experience with all these things happening, but especially having Kate to help
Mm-hmm.
plan and kind of break things down, and having the experience of having been there before. It's so valuable, to feel like we can do what we need to do. We can have a great experience,
Mm-hmm.
experiencing it all, doing, the micro pieces that we will be doing, especially with little kids.
Right. Kate, have you utilized ever in your past the baby care centers that presumably just may be taking advantage of
mhm,
in the
mhm,
parks?
mhm. Yeah, we have. Just Jovi had stepped on something that was really bothering the bottom of her foot and
Mm-hmm.
went in there. Nurses were amazing. So yeah, absolutely. Jess can go in there and have a cool off and a breastfeed. Like, it'll be
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
Yeah, they're we went
Mhm,
there one time when Alex was having stomach issues, and he just needed like some Pepto or something. And then we kind of sat. They have a room where they have just chairs and some Disney cartoons playing like at a very low volume, and it just feels very relaxing,
mhm,
and it's a good way to kind of get away from all of the noise and the stimulation that's going on outside. So even if you just even if nothing's wrong or you don't need a breastfeeding break,
mhm.
like if you just need a break,
Mm,
you take it, and the center is great, and they're so kind in there.
Absolutely.
nice.
So well taken care of.
Yeah, for sure. And there's one in every single park. So,
Nice.
and the one that we utilized was the one in Animal Kingdom.
Hmm.
So I can personally recommend that one. Okay. Do you have any dining reservations for this day?
No, no reservations, which is kind of true for me for Animal Kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
because there's I mean, Satuli Canteen is my favorite. I could eat there
Yeah.
all times.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Nomad Lounge. I'd love
Me too.
to get in there for a drink and some bread service.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll pick away at different things.
Do you have any plans at this moment for the two of you to sneak away and get a little sister time in, maybe a little happy hour?
Oh, yeah. No, we don't. But we could definitely do that like around our resort for sure. So
Mm-hmm.
we're going to
Yeah.
do a
Yeah,
grocery order. So we'll definitely be having some of that.
good. Yeah. You've got plenty of adult hands to
Yeah.
take care of the kids if you
Hmm.
wanted to do that.
Hmm.
All right. So let's get into Monday, August the 18th. Which park are you doing this day?
Yep. So we're going to do Epcot that day.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be rope dropping the whole Frozen area, Frozen ride, Anna and Elsa, as well as Viking coffees. I like the school bread, so we'll see what everybody else wants to eat around there.
What have you told Jess about Epcot?
The drinks. No, mostly Frozen too, because this will be Lily's like big time, the thing she's probably looking most forward to, right?
Yeah.
She loves Elsa.
What have you seen about Epcot, Jess? Because I think that it's one of the parks that it's the hardest to imagine if you have not seen photos or have some sort of preview of what you're getting into.
Hmm. Well, I imagine that silver ball.
Hmm. God's golf ball.
And that's about it, to be honest. Yeah. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Epcot has two personalities. The front, where Spaceship Earth, aka the golf ball, is totally different from the back where all the countries are. So I'll be very interested to hear what you think of that. Are
Okay.
you doing multipass for this day as well?
We're doing multipass
Oh.
and we're doing a single for Guardians.
Good. Okay. Which are your pre-selected multi-pass
Yeah, so
lanes?
this was the first one where I bought Lily's on her own. So Lily's got such a waster of seas with Nemo and friends, but she needed a little burner there. Um, Living with the Land and Remy's was her top tier one. And then
Okay.
for the rest of us, I did Test Track as our top tier, and then the Seas. So we'll burn that one, and then be able to pick another one, hopefully, and Soren.
When you're doing Nemo, you will all ride together,
Yep,
right?
yep,
Okay.
yep.
So sometimes when people say that they have a lightning lane for like as a burner, they don't plan to use it at all.
Yeah, no, I think we'll use it for sure. I was able
Hmm.
to score it for 10 a.m. And I think they'll let us check in a little bit early, right? I've heard that like sometimes the
Yeah,
cast member
5 minutes.
might. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, so not too much, but
Yeah, it's 5 minutes early and 15 minutes late.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll ride that one because they'll want to see the aquarium. And then I'd like to do Turtle Talk too because it's kind of fun. And I think with all the kids, it would be a lot of
Oh,
fun. And
yeah.
especially, actually, I think Lily would really like that one.
Is Lily talkative? Is she going to be wanting to ask one of the questions of Crush?
I hope so. Yeah, she's very talkative. And actually, last year I would have said not at all. On the
Uh-huh.
playground, she would be the one observing, like quite quiet until, an hour later when she gets a little more comfortable. But in this last year, she's really become
Mhm.
she's always been verbal. She's become more outgoing.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And we had the opportunity, Graydon actually took her to a brunch here in St. Thomas with the Disney princesses. And
Oh.
I was a little wondering how it was going to go because she still was a little shy. This was about 6 months ago. And she had a ball. She was talking with the princesses.
Hmm.
She got a chance to meet so many of them and ask them questions, and they were asking questions of her, and she was very interactive. So that gave me a lot of feeling like she's gonna really enjoy and be more engaging.
Right.
For this trip. So yeah, I hope so.
Good.
Yeah, especially with
Okay.
her older cousins around
Mhm.
too. I think that will help. Yeah,
Does she have a favorite Disney princess or Disney character?
Elsa is her favorite.
Elsa.
Yeah.
Okay. She's going to love the Frozen
Oh
ride.
my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But she loves all princess dresses too. Like
Yes.
she's just
Hmm.
like loves all of the sparkle and
Hmm.
tulle and shoes and accessories.
And the stories.
Kate, do you know if Louis will be able to ride the Frozen ride too? Because
Oh,
I don't recall if it's like an everyone, even
Yeah.
if they would need to be on somebody's lap, because there's like a little drop. It's like
Yeah, good
minuscule.
point. I assumed he could, but that is a good point because I didn't even look. I'm got it open right now if it's all ages.
Okay,
Yeah,
then he
I
should be
hope he
good. Okay.
can.
Yeah, if it says all ages,
I'm not
then
sure.
yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
assumed
such
it
a
was.
small drop. I feel like that would be an easy one to do with
Hmm.
a little kid.
Oh, any height. We're good.
Okay, good, 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 good. Okay, fantastic. Any dining plans for Epcot?
Again, I love like I didn't feel like we needed one here either.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, I mean everywhere. Mexico, Japan,
Mm-hmm.
Morocco.
Yeah, so many
So
things to choose
many
from.
fish and chips.
Your midday break, do you anticipate going back to the hotel every time, or will you try to find ways to take a break within the park?
I think it'll be a mix of both. I'll have to have a sense of how the kids are doing. Lily will
Mm-hmm.
probably want to truck on through.
Yeah.
And it's possible that Louis may fall asleep in the stroller. He's done that
Mm-hmm.
many times before. Sometimes I use that as a tool to help him fall asleep. So, depending on the heat and the noise, we'll see if that will work. I also do have noise canceling headphones for him that I'll bring. So, yeah, if we can avoid having to go back to the hotel, but then if we need
Yeah.
to, then we will for sure.
Does your double stroller have a big sun canopy?
No, it does have it like each seat has its own canopy, but it doesn't have a big overhead one.
Okay. What type of stroller is it?
It's a City Select Lux,
Okay.
the jogger.
Those are the sunshades on those are great.
Okay, yeah,
That's yeah, we used to have one of those, and they come down really far, so
yeah,
you can really kind of shut out the outside world a little bit.
yeah.
So perfect. Okay. Now, with so many younger kids, my assumption is that you probably are not going to stay to park close.
Well, I always have hopes.
Is
And we
that the
actually have
case?
deluxe hours that night. So I think maybe we will do a
Mm-hmm.
break. We'll see how everybody's doing, obviously. But I would love to be able to take
Mm-hmm.
advantage of the deluxe hours and then do some of our drinking around the world, like grab a couple of different, this will maybe be more of our adult time. But we'll still potentially have the kids with us. So
Mm-hmm.
try to figure out how to do that. But I think my kids will be good until 11. Like we're going to want to do
Okay.
Guardians again in the evening. So
Yeah, with the deluxe hours, not every country stays open that whole
mm,
time. So
okay.
just something to be aware of in terms of your planning, because if my recollection is accurate, there is like if you were in, let's say you're in France and you want to go around to go to Guardians, I think you have to go via the UK and Canada
Yep.
because there's a couple countries there that close
Yep.
late at night.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, that did happen to me in June. So you're right
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Tuesday, August the 19th.
So rest day for everybody except for my family. We are going to do the Halloween party.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Hmm.
Have you done the Halloween party before?
No, so that was what got canceled as well last year with the hurricane. So the tickets were refunded. So then I thought, oh, you know what? We're trying it again.
Okay. I've never done it myself either. So that will be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to wrap my head around celebrating Halloween in August, but
Yes.
Disney people do it.
Yeah,
So
totally. I know. I agree. Yeah.
are you gonna wear a costume in the heat?
Well, yeah, exactly. So I have a pirate costume that I used on the cruise,
Hmm.
and it's pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna wear that and then just my headband from the cruise.
Hmm.
And Jovi's gonna do Moana, the new live action Moana. So or sorry, not Moana, Stitch, Lilo. She's gonna be
Okay.
Lilo. So she's just gonna wear like the hula skirt and then the little lei and stuff.
Hmm.
And
That'll
the
be
boys,
cute.
I don't think any, like Mark and the three kids, boys, I don't think they'll do anything.
Okay. All right. And for your rest day, Jess, what are you going to be doing on that day? Any plans?
No plans. Resting, hopefully, getting the kids some downtime. Probably going through some pictures and yeah, just staying cool, staying hydrated.
I know that there are a lot of things at Old Key West that you can do. Obviously, there's the pool. There's also
Right.
the community hall
Hmm.
where you
Hmm.
can go and sit and play board games and that sort of thing. So I'm sure you'll have a lot to do there. But there's also very easy access, assuming the boat is running, which I think it
Hmm.
is. But I'm only using this kind of tone because it was not when I stayed there, which was part of why I wasn't a huge fan. They were redoing the dock or something. So it was like,
Okay.
all right, you need to maintain it, I guess. But there's very easy access to Disney Springs via boat.
Ah, yes.
So if you wanted to get away from the resort for a little bit, you could just hop on that boat and head over there and go get some ice cream or go to the World of Disney store. You could go bowling, you could go to the movie theater, whatever. So don't forget that that is an option.
Hmm. And Graydon will be at Hollywood Studios this day because he
Oh,
has to leave on Thursday morning.
mm-hmm.
So he's does have a 4-day ticket, so he's going to get in a day at Hollywood Studios.
You've never been to Disney, Jess, but has Graydon?
He did. Yes, he has been when
Okay.
he was 20 something, I think it was. So a while ago.
Okay. What are his plans besides taking photos and videos and stuff? Does he have anything there that he's really excited to experience?
Star Wars. Yeah, Galaxy's Edge. He's really wanting
Yeah.
to see.
Okay. Big Star Wars fan?
Yeah, I mean, he appreciates a good story. He's a voracious reader, and definitely he's worked in the film industry as well.
Yeah.
So he has a sort of lens of like what he appreciates, what he gets excited
Mm-hmm.
about. Yeah, and that would be one of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, like he's played ping pong with some of the animators on Disney cartoons. I think the one in particular was Coco, right?
Oh,
Is
cool.
that what? Yeah.
Could
Don't
Ariel as
yeah.
well, or Little
Yeah.
Mermaid. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he knows like when you're watching the credits, he knows those people.
Okay. Um, is mom having a rest day as well, or is she
Mhm.
doing the Halloween party?
Yeah, no, she voted in favor of a rest day.
I'm going to recommend, especially because the Halloween party's later in the day, so you're going to
Mhm.
essentially have part of a rest day
Mhm.
with them as
Yep.
well. The restaurant there at Old Key West, which I'm totally blanking on the name
Oh,
in this
Olivia's?
moment, Olivia's.
Mhm.
Yes, they have an amazing brunch, and I don't know if it's
Mm.
only a weekend thing.
Well, I'll have to look at that.
Or yeah, they have I had some chicken and waffles there that was among the best chicken and waffles I've ever had in
I
my life.
love chicken and waffles.
Yeah. And then if you're a Bloody Mary fan, my
Mm.
husband had a huge Bloody Mary that just looked amazing. I'm ironically not because I love gazpacho and all like salsa and all things tomato based like that, but just not a Bloody Mary person. But he is, and it had like all the accoutrement on the top. So
Awesome. Yes.
yeah, we did not eat there for any other meal besides the brunch that we did. So I can't speak to their evening choices or lunch choices, but yeah, definitely worth it for the brunch. All right, Wednesday, August the 20th.
Yeah, so we actually have another rest day Wednesday as well. So that day for sure, we wanted to do Disney Springs all together. And
Okay.
this will be our adult time that we can sneak out, leave mom with the kids for a bit.
Yeah.
Mark was really excited to take Graydon to the Polite Pig.
Hmm.
And then also just right, there's always music, like there would be tons of fun things for us to do there.
Do you think you'll all eat at the Polite Pig or just the guys?
Oh, yeah. No, I think we all will. Just you like
Okay.
barbecue
Oh God,
too
yeah,
and
yeah,
craft beer. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. It's that weird hybrid though, where you walk up to the counter, you put in your order, and then once you get seated with your food, they will come over and be like, "Can I refill your drink for you?" And you're like, "Wait, is this table service? It feels like table service
Mhm.
now. Now that I'm sitting and eating, it feels like table service."
Mhm.
But it's great. Really good
Yeah.
food.
Getting
Really
you
good
all your
food.
sauces. That's like
Yeah.
really, really nice how they
Yeah.
have it organized. Yeah.
All right. Thursday, August the 21st.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we have to say bye to Graydon that morning. He'll be leaving
Mm,
by probably 7 a.m. ish. And then we will also be leaving to go to Hollywood Studios that day.
multi-pass.
Multi-pass, yes. So we
Okay.
are going to rope drop rise.
Okay.
And then for our multipass, we're doing Toy Story Mania, Slinky Dog, and Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
How do you feel about drop rides, Jessica?
It's been a long time since I've done a drop ride.
It's a pretty nice drop ride.
Yeah.
It is. It's so much fun. Yeah. Yeah. And the theming is just amazing.
Amazing.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm
love it
sure.
so much. Yeah.
It's a
So,
gentle drop-ish.
yeah. Well, you really don't know. It's the Russian roulette of drop rides because they have it set up to randomize. So even if you've ridden it a billion times, you don't know what the sequence is going to be. So,
Oh.
sometimes you go, halfway up and drop and then go all, and sometimes you like go all the way to the top right at the beginning. It's like you just don't know what you're going to get, which
No.
adds to the fun.
Yeah.
For
And don't be
sure.
afraid hearing the people scream. It's not that bad. So just, don't pay attention to that.
A, it's not that bad. B, they have some piped in screaming when you're outside so that you can actually hear it. So like what you're hearing is probably a recording
Oh, that's
and not
fun.
the real people.
Right.
Because some people are like, oh my God, like all the screaming. I'm like, yeah, people are screaming, but they are so far up there. The only reason you're hearing them so well is because it's piped in. So sorry to spoil some Disney magic for you, but any dining plans for this day?
No, we don't have anything besides like we'll do Ronto wraps for sure. Maybe
Wait, pause.
Yep.
Breakfast Ronto wraps or lunch Ronto wraps?
I think the breakfast, personally.
I mean, you're going to be back there for Rise anyway,
Yeah.
so that makes sense.
Yeah. And it was funny. I was just listening to your podcast, and the oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget now. The black calf.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think we'll try it again. When I had it, I thought it was good. So maybe we'll kind of do a little Russian roulette with that one as well. But see, we like it really strong. So I think Jess and I don't need to ask for any extra cream or anything in it. We can just do it.
Okay. Yeah, I need to give it another shot. And I said multiple times over the course of multiple interviews where I brought up my Disneyland trip that I was going to try it there because my understanding is it's very consistent there. And the reason it's Russian roulette in Disney World is that they just don't make it consistently for some reason. And I never ended up getting it when I was in Disneyland. So I failed on my goal to try that over there. But I'm going to give it another shot in Disney World at some point. But I'll tell you what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to purchase one for myself and Alex to give it another chance. We will purchase one and try it because last time we both threw them away. So that was a total waste.
Total waste. Yeah. So we could split one with me, you, and Mom, and then we have to try the green and get them to try the green and blue milk and a couple of different little treats. And we haven't tried Baseline Tap House, and since we have beer fans between me, Mom, Jess, and Mark, that would be a good one too.
Yeah, we love Baseline. I'm not even a beer fan, and I love Baseline. They have a really good charcuterie board, and if you want a good pretzel, that's where you're going to get it in Hollywood Studios.
See, Van would love that. He loves hot pretzels.
Yeah. Avoid Mickey-shaped pretzels. And there's probably listeners that are like, sacrilege! It's Mickey-shaped. It's better. It's not. Just telling you. The one at Baseline, it's, from my understanding, it's the same pretzel that they sell in Germany at Epcot and over in Pandora at Animal Kingdom. So those are the three places to get good pretzels. And it comes with a beer cheese and a mustard and all that kind of stuff. So
right.
Yeah. What about lunch? Are you going to be trying to do that at Hollywood Studios? And if so, where?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I actually don't have plans for lunch. So we'll just have to see what we feel like that day. There's Fairfax Fair area. We could always even take the Skyliner out of the park if we wanted to, but
that's true.
Yeah.
You know what I recommend? Skyliner to Riviera.
That would be good.
Hit up their quick service over there. It's really good. And then you can sit by the pool. And I mean, you can't go in the pool because you're not a guest there, but you can sit and enjoy the Skyliner view, and their food is really, really good. And also a chance to see another resort because here's my prediction is, Jessica, this is not a once and done trip for you. You're going to love it and be inspired and want to come back. So you need to see all of the other resorts that could be options for you.
There we go.
Yeah, I told her that already too.
I talked to so many people that are like, yeah, we thought this was a once and done thing for us, and here we are going back for our fifth trip or whatever. Yeah, so it's something I hear all the time.
Hmm.
All right, any plans on the evening for your Hollywood Studios day? Like, are you going to try to do Phantasmic?
Yes, we are going to try to do Phantasmic. And then I did also make an Oga's Cantina reservation, the
Mm-hmm.
latest one I could get. So if anyone can still stay,
Mm-hmm.
I have a 9:25 for Oga's.
Okay. And that's a big group of you.
Mhm.
So I am under the impression that you probably will get a table instead of a
Mm.
standing table, which is not always a guarantee in Disney World. Okay. Friday, August the 22nd.
Yeah, so this day I think we might do a little bit of resort hopping. So it's a rest day, but I would love to go and definitely get a Skyliner ride in.
Mm-hmm.
So hit a couple of resorts along there,
Mm-hmm.
and just see where the wind takes us. Maybe Coronado, we could do some food over there, which would be really nice, and some drinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lots of resorts to show off
Hmm.
to the first timers.
Hmm.
So
Even the boardwalk
that'll be
area.
fun. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Or head over and do a monorail loop.
Hmm.
I mean, you could spend your entire day checking out the resorts and enjoying everything they have to offer.
Hmm.
Okay. Any ADRs this day? Advanced dining reservation for those of you who
No.
are not in the know.
Nothing. You know what? We are going to have to pack this day too. So we're
Right.
going to have to get
Uh,
organized to leave.
okay. All right. So that brings us to Saturday, August the 23rd. Is this a Magic Kingdom day?
It is.
Okay.
Yes. We're finishing it off with the Magic Kingdom.
Okay. And I know that your answer for multipass is going to be yes to this day because this is the park where you need it the most.
Correct.
Okay. What are your three advanced choices?
Yeah. So Tiana's
Mm-hmm.
and Haunted Mansion and Pirates.
And what about for Lily? Is she tall enough for Tiana to count for her?
No, because Tiana's is 40, I think.
Okay.
So, but yeah, this time I didn't even bother taking her out of the equation and
Mm-hmm.
making different. So anyway, she's on there, so we'll just have to scan her in and then we'll get some other choices for her.
Oh, okay. So you'll scan to burn hers while the rest of you do it. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. And she will have to scan it. And this is for listeners who are unfamiliar with the system. If you're like trying to burn a lightning lane, like you don't intend to use it for one person in your party, because sometimes there are parties where even a grown adult might walk up to a ride and go like, you know what? No, I'm not doing Tower of Terror or whatever. There are certain rides where there are two touch points. And so you have to be aware of that. So like, for example, Tower, you touch in when you get into the queue and then you touch in at the very end, right before you go into the pre-show room. And so with that, to burn that, you either need to send someone in with your magic band to tap twice or tell the cast member when you're tapping in like they're not actually going to ride this, can you just remove it, because they will not be able to make the
Mhm.
next lightning lane reservation with the rest of the party unless it seems like they've used it, or it's been like removed from their app. Okay, what else are you looking forward to in Magic Kingdom?
Well, I've never done the Crystal Palace, so we do have an ADR that day for Crystal Palace for 10:15.
Okay, so breakfast at Crystal Palace, which means, say it with me, audience, you're going to have churro waffles.
That is why I picked it. I mean, there's other reasons I picked it, but that is like a huge reason because I so want my kids to try them. And Cohen, he's an excellent eater as well.
Hmm.
So he'll probably get his money's worth on the churro waffles.
Good. They are so good. They are
Oh,
really, really good.
so good.
Um, and I think they have, I mean, it's going to be early, but not too early for some people to eat ice cream, but I think they have like a soft serve
Mhm.
machine where like if you wanted to put soft serve on your churro waffle, you could.
Mm.
Um, that's a lot for me for breakfast, but I will take a churro waffle on its own any day. All right. What else are you planning to do on this Magic Kingdom day?
So we're definitely going to watch the parade.
Hmm.
We are going to do fireworks for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just maybe they'll do their little break, but I've got Tron single pass as well for between 12:50 and 1:50. So we're gonna do as many rides as we possibly can.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to try to watch the new nighttime parade?
Yes, for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
it is open till 11 that night, so
Mm-hmm.
we should at least, well, probably we'll watch the earlier one, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe, I always have high hopes, like I said, to stay, and I'll do the late one as well for some pictures. Because I heard that's a great time to get pictures of it, like 11, the 11 o'clock one.
Oh, yeah, because I think people tend to head out after the first one, particularly families who have younger kids.
Hmm.
So I think the 11 o'clock is easier to get a spot for and get good pictures.
Hmm.
Okay, and then Sunday, August the 24th is your departure day.
Hmm.
What time is your flight?
10
Okay,
a.m.
all right. Are you doing a
early.
Mears pickup again?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to go with the mirrors, especially now that you confirmed it's simple from Terminal C. That was the
Yeah.
only thing that I was like, so yeah, we'll be doing mirrors bus.
Okay, so that they usually do pick up for Mears like 3 hours before, so that'll probably be around 7 a.m. pickup.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to be wanting to be ready on Friday to go pretty much, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This sounds like such a fun trip, and I love hearing how first timers enjoy their first trip. So I am very much looking forward to getting all of your perspective, Jess, when you come back and talk to me after the trip is over, which will actually, when you all leave on Sunday, I will be arriving that Friday after. So I'll
Yeah.
be right there. So if you want to like hide a note for me in the park to find.
I love that.
Anyway,
Aw.
all right. Well, have a magical trip and be safe. And I can't wait to talk to you when you get back.
Thank you so much. It was so much
Awesome.
fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much to Kate and Jess for joining me today. Listeners, you don't have to wait long to hear the post trip report. It's live and should be next up in your queue. When you're done listening, I'd love to know what you think. You can leave a rating or a review on the podcast platform you're listening on now or through my website, which again is whereilongtobepodcast.com. Okay, that's everything for now. Have a magical week and keep daydreaming about where you long to be.